Hi, I'm Alexis from Woofer Wares. This is my dog Anastasia. She's a borzoi, so lots and lots of hair. We're just going to run through how I check over a dog for lumps and matting in front of the owner before I take it out the back for grooming. How are we going with your fur, sweetheart? Oh, yes. That's a good girl. Sometimes it's harder to feel the lumps on these hairy dogs, isn't it? Yes, it is, but we can find them. We can find them. Yes, we can. Oh, there's a bit of matting up under there in the armpit, so we can fix that up. That's no problem. Fantastic. Oh, that new conditioner is working really well in those trousers, isn't it? There's hardly any matting compared to last time. That's really great. Fantastic. Oh, a little bit in there, but not as much as it was, so, you know, that's great. How often are you doing that? Once a week? Fantastic. That's awesome. Alrighty, that's great. Now let's have a look in these ears. Oh, look, there's a brain. Yeah, oh, and there's another one. Oh, that's very good. Fantastic. Well, she's looking great. So just the normal, oh, look, we're starting to mat. So just a normal wash this time. Fantastic. Alrighty. Thank you. We will see you at 2 o'clock. When I'm checking a dog, I like to start, if it's a big dog, I like to start down next to it. I start along the back. I'm not looking at the face at all. Just running my hands down the body to check for lumps and mats and all those kind of things. Basically, I don't look at the dog for a couple of reasons. Partly because I don't, want the dog to slobber all over me or have a crack at me. But also because it keeps my focus on what I'm actually doing. So I'm not really looking at anything. I'm more focused on what my hands are feeling on the dog, because I find that's the easiest way to do it. I tend to do it in an order, so I start on the back of the dog, work down the sides to a certain extent, then I do the front legs, then I do the back legs. I like to do it in that order so that the dog sort of, if you like, can anticipate what I'm trying to do, so I'm not just kind of grabbing randomly and scaring the dog. And also, if the dog's coming in frequently for grooming, it starts to learn what my rhythm is. I do the same thing when I'm shampooing, and I pretty much do it in the same order. And then over the top of the dog last, because it's a little bit more dominant and a little bit more worrying. So I want the dog to be sure that, okay, she didn't do anything to me for the rest of the body, so that's probably okay. Then I go back and do the feet after I've done the legs, because a lot of them, they have issues with their feet, so I want them to be confident with what I'm doing before I'm touching the feet. Also, if I do it in this way, if the dog reacts to anything, I can adjust, or I can put a muzzle on the dog if I start thinking, this dog is not happy with what I'm doing. And if I need to put a muzzle on the dog in front of the customer, then I'll ask the customer to put the muzzle on and explain to them why I'm putting the muzzle on. So I'm just feeling over the face without making eye contact with the dog at all. Fantastic. And done. So when I'm examining a big dog, I like to kneel down with them. In part, it gets me closer to the dog, but more, it's not so aggressive. I'm not leaning over the top of the dog or being intimidating to the dog at all. But at the same time, I'm saying, I'm still in control, but I'm not going to be rude to you. I'm not going to lean all over the top of the dog to do the examination, because that's just, not something that a dog enjoys anybody doing. And they're far more likely to play up for you later when you're grooming them than if they realise that you understand how to speak dog and you're not going to push them too hard straight from the first minute.
With the bigger dogs, Alexis kneels down and she seizes the moment, okay? Because dogs don't like being stood over. It instantly makes them aggressive, and at the very least, a dog will do that and then move around to look up at you, and then you've got to come back around it again, which doesn't work, okay? So that's why she gets down like this. And she's taking that moment and immediately she's hands on. And what she's thought of before she actually touched the dog is, I'm in work mode. No, you hear us say a lot about the dog is in work mode. No, now both of us are in work mode. So she comes with that confident attitude of, okay, let's communicate, let's get this on, let's get this done, let's reassure you, let's reassure the people around you, and believe me, it works.